So do you see all the snow? That was just from yesterday. It is June 22nd, second day of summer. And this mountain just got dumped on last night. Trail Ridge Road is closed because they got 18 inches of snow. Okay, all right. We are happy to be back vlogging again. We are now back on mostly of our routine after moving in. So really excited about that. And today we are moving from Estes Park all the way down to, well, just west of Colorado Springs into the mountains. So it should be a good drive day. We're excited about another good drive day with the rig. But one thing I wanted to talk about while it's kind of fresh on our heads and fresh in our learning experience is the differences between a travel day with a Class C or really any motorhome towing a car versus a trailer, and in this case, a fifth wheel. There are some key differences we're learning, some things that don't change, and some pros and cons, I'd say, to each. So I wanted to review kind of some of those key things that we're finding really in the differences. And so that way, if you're looking at a new RV, whether that's a motorhome or a trailer, you can find maybe which points you like best. So in today's video, we're going to go over some of the differences in motorhome travel days versus trailer travel days, and show you some of what our learnings have been. I'm going to try and find the best clips from our past to kind of help reflect some of the points we're making. That'll be a challenge in editing. But I think it's important. I think a lot of people are asking these questions when they're getting a new RV is which kind of RV setup is right for me. So anyways, all right, let's get the video started. First things first is we've got to get this rig packed up. And I go like this because we've got like porches we've got to put up. And let's get the day started. All right, again, good morning. So one of the first things that I would say is going to be pretty consistent across any rig is the internal prep. You've got to get all the things off the countertops. And you've got to put things in road-ready ways. So you can see Kristen's got everything in the sink. She's really good at this. But you got to put everything in the sink. You've got to get the countertops cleaned off. I love it because it puts everything back in a spot and it cleans the rig. Mandatory. You got to do it. So that's going to be the same for everything. And stuff still falls out of countertops or cabinets. One thing, though, to keep in mind, a huge advantage to a rig like an Airstream is there are no slides. So you don't have to worry about clearing like all of this space off and making sure there's nothing underneath the slide. Like check this out. I told the kids to put the fan away. And you see how there's the fan there? That is in front of a slide. So that can't stay there. That's got to move. I told them to put it back and they didn't. So, but if you were in something like an Airstream with no slides, while stuff still needs to be road ready, you don't have to worry about something impeding a slide moving in and out. For the most part, this slide's good. Kitchen slide's good. All right, I'm going to go fix that fan. This room is a huge work in progress for one, everyday living, and then two, travel day. I am a huge proponent of reducing your variables. So not buying too many things to have too many things to put away. I want to have as few amount of things to deal with at any point in time. If I have a bucket, I don't want to have to move the bucket for travel day. I hate doing those extra steps. So this room has a lot of variables we haven't figured out yet. Like Kristen bought this little closet that we don't think is going to work because it keeps falling over and you have to completely empty it so it doesn't. Anyways, reduce your variables. This room, terrible example. It's still a work in progress. All right, we need to go get our butts outside and do all of the hoses. So I guess it depends on who you are, but regardless of which rig you have, unless I guess you're internationally at those cool little cassette things, this is going to be a pretty standard process regardless of the rig. You still have a water hose, you still have a sewer hose, and you still have a power hose. I guess the only advantage is if you have a Class A, they've got them on like a cool electric wheel. But anyways, for us, this process has not changed whatsoever. And actually, I still store them in the same buckets too. So I hated everything getting dirty. So one is for sewer and one is for anything water. We had a really nice storage compartment in the last RV, but it's just not worth the space here. All right, we're gonna get these packed up and then on to the next step of the side deck. Okay, all right. Other than, I guess, my little sewer fence, we are all set up here. Last step, I guess, for us is the slides and the porches. We always leave those to last. I also purposely left the electricity plugged in. I do recommend doing that, so that way your slides are not draining battery. If there's something wrong with the battery, you have full power to operate them. All right, final step. Kristen, we are go for slide movement.
Going on slide number 1.
Well, I did say put them in the truck, and they are in the truck. Just not where I would have put them. You know, helpers have their pros and cons. Let's say mainly they're pros, but sometimes. Back on topic. Okay, one more slide to go, and then I think we're ready for a hookup.
Key into the back door. Key into the back door.
On my way.
Truck going by, radios. Okay, one key difference between a travel trailer and a motorhome. We never had to transfer stuff from one car to the next. This is all of our entertainment for the day. So there's a difference. You have to transfer some things. Before it was always just throw it in the front seat, I'll get it in 20 minutes. Now, however, the trade-off was the car seats. We absolutely were moving car seats from one to the next because you gotta have kids in a car seat and they were on a couch. So maybe for security reasons, it's one up on the trailer kind of concept because they're much safer in a truck than a couch. Okay, so this part of the process, again, happens in both, but could be different. In our case, we're going to unlevel through a button. Bit extra, but it's nice. On a motorhome, we would always be driving backwards or getting off leveling blocks, packing those up. Then, when we're hitching up, in here we're just backing a truck up and putting that on. Pretty standard. In the Class C, we would be hooking up the tow dolly and then hooking up the car. I think this is a win for travel trailers, regardless if you have the auto level or not. It is less work than hooking up a tow dolly, getting underneath the car, and hooking it up. But that's just my opinion.
We're gonna go take the trash to the dumpster, and you don't know what that's.
Walkies. Don't ever buy 4 walkies, just buy 2. Now it's time for your walk around. Again, this should be the same on any rig, doesn't matter which one you get. Always do your walk around. All right. I don't see any open windows. The cabinets are open, so that's bad. Okay, it's bad. Da-da-da. All right. Locked. Nope, handle. This thing. Man, coming from a Class C, you didn't have this. Always forget this one. So it was raining. We didn't have the back porch out today. Tried to keep everything dry. I think the rest of it looks pretty good. What do you guys think? You ready? Let's get to it. Alright, I think we are finally ready to get going. We had a short little scare getting in the truck. I plugged the trailer in and put in the tow haul mode, and we were not getting trailer brake feedback. It looks like it was just a kind of slightly corroded connection, so we'll have to figure out how to clean that out. Anyways, we are now en route and on our way. Ooh, this is going to be tight. Okay, so Kristen, on the vlog today, we are talking about key differences between motorhome travel days and trailer travel days.
Okay.
So we've kind of gone over a lot of the packing up process.
Okay.
Do you have any sort of like key things that you, even pros or cons, that you think are worth pointing out in the differences of, let's say, with the pack up process? Because I think most of it's pretty similar.
A lot of it's very similar because you still have slides and you still have to clear off your counters and secure everything. Everything has to find a home for road readiness.
Yeah, and to me it's more about the stuff than the rig. I mean, the only rig that really makes a difference is an Airstream, because there's
That
like
has
no
no
slides.
Right.
I mean, that's what makes the difference. But your stuff is what you're packing up more than any part of a rig.
Yeah.
So the more stuff, the longer it's going to take.
I think the most differences are exterior. You know, it's the hooking up process. It's the auto leveling and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
Because
we
the
showed that.
hookups
But I would say with
are
the
the same.
hookups, I think the Class C towing a car on a tow dolly, and potentially even with like a blue, we never used them, the blue horn things, or
Yeah.
the blue
The blocks.
Blue Ox, yeah. Those, I mean, like cars, batteries die all the time.
Yeah.
And then the process was just extensive.
Yeah, there were a few times, you're right, that we would get to a campground and the car was dead.
Yeah, we had to jump. Yeah, even on ours, we had to jump it.
had to jump it just to get it off of the tow dolly.
Yeah, so in my opinion, I think it is less work hooking up a trailer
Yeah,
than dealing with a car and a tow of some sort.
I agree with that.
Also, I found that you were on the ground a lot. So if you were older and it was harder for you to get up and down, and I think that would be a potential issue.
Yeah.
Because it was a lot more laying on the ground, getting underneath the car, and that kind of stuff.
I called it being a grease monkey. I mean, because you're literally under the tires and you're under the rig.
Strapping tires.
Strapping
Your hands got
and stuff.
disgusting. I didn't even have to wash them after hooking up the fifth wheel. Okay, and I would say from a driving standpoint, since I did most of the driving, they're fairly similar. Length takes a huge factor into this. We are 60 feet with the fifth wheel. We were 55 feet with the Class C and a tow, so not that much longer. But the problem we had in the Class C that gave me anxiety was you could not back up. Because of the way the car tires and the tow dolly had turning axles, it was great for your turning radius, but you couldn't back up. So if you got into a tight spot in a gas station, the only way to get out of it was to completely unhook, move all the vehicles independently, and then rehook up. So to me, that was a huge disadvantage. The other problem with that is you were on a regular, most Class Cs at least, probably the big diesel pushes you're okay with, but the Class C motorhomes are regular fuel. And even if you're on a truck with regular fuel, that means you are, however much length you are, going through a regular gas station. They are not designed for that. Every once in a while you go to like a Flying J where they've got like an RV slot.
Those are so nice.
Those are golden. But with the diesel, whether that's an RV or a truck, you can go through the RV lanes, or through the semi lanes, which really makes it so much easier to navigate in those spots, in my opinion. So I think from a travel day standpoint, that's great. Now, from an interior standpoint on a travel day, there are some advantages with a motorhome, like you have a bathroom that you can walk to while in motion. So for small kids and toddlers and stuff, that was huge.
Really nice.
That was great. If you were thirsty or hungry, you just go get the food. You're in your living room. I think though, from a safety standpoint, you're probably not as safe.
Right.
Now, I mean, so you have to value that for yourself. I would prefer that. I would prefer that over this. So those are my thoughts while driving.
Put your hands on my back, boy. Lead me to the brightest of my days. Wrap your arms around me, boy. Give me all the comfort that I crave, and I will follow you anywhere, anywhere you go. I'll follow you, follow you. I will follow you anywhere, anywhere you go. I'll follow you, I'll follow you.
I got this, boo. The tree has been cleared. Back her up.
All right, we have made it to the latest campground. Sorry, it was a little stressful when we first got here, so I'll pull a clip in of us auto leveling. That is different because basically all we have to do is find the spot we want, make sure the jacks go down far enough, and that's it. That's all we have to do to make sure we're level. With the Class C, even though we had a Level Mate Pro, you still had quite a bit of work and effort to make sure you could get level, you could go up enough with the leveling spots. So that was a 20-30 minute process. I've got lots of clips, so you'll probably see a couple of them coming in and out for different locations. This, no big deal. As long as the jack can reach the ground, it can get level. And even then, we have like little leveling blocks to help the jacks hit the ground if they ever can't. And that's it. And then I would say the process is exactly the same, regardless of the rig, assuming you have slides, you level, pull your slides out, plug in your sewer, electric, water, and you've made camp. Now for our particular unit, we're going to start working on getting the side porch down and the back porch down, but those are all extras. That is rig specific, so that one's kind of hard to say whether that's more or not. I love the side patio. I love the back porch. I am happy to spend the 10 minutes it takes to put them up and put them down. So, all right, that is the vlog for today. I'll show you guys kind of a time lapse of us setting up the rest of camp here, but if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. Please subscribe. I would love it if you subscribed, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye.